Good evening. This is the Business Day. I'm Herman Green. Thanks for staying with us. The Jamaica Manufacturers and Exporters Association, JMEA, is today demanding that the government provide better financing for small and medium enterprises. In a statement released this afternoon, the JMEA said the government must take the lead since financial institutions are not. The association argues that SMEs are still accessing credit at rates of up to 22%, despite a series of rate reductions since June 2017 by the Bank of Jamaica. Additionally, the value of private credit extended to SMEs dropped to below 11% of the total value of funds available for private sector lending. Scotia Group Jamaica is reporting a 12% dip in profits for the 9 months ended July 31 compared to the same period last year. During the period, the company achieved net profit of $9.8 billion. That's down from $11.2 billion during the same period last year. Scotia says its net profit got a boost during the period last year from the sale of a subsidiary. At the same time, the company says its profits for the same period this year was pulled down by additional costs associated with the International Financial Reporting Standards, IFRS 9. An appeal this evening from the Egg Farmers Association for Jamaicans to eat more locally produced eggs. President of the association, Roy Baker, says the low level of consumption is worrying. TVJ's Andrew Laidley tells us more.
The Jamaica Egg Farmers Association supplies about 70% of the egg demand in Jamaica. But President of the association, Roy Baker, argues that Jamaicans aren't eating enough locally produced eggs.
We are having 1 to 1.5 eggs per person per week. The only other country we can think of in the Caribbean that is as low as we are is Haiti. But otherwise, we are way below the bar. And we want to step it up. And just imagine what would happen to this industry if we could move it up to 2 eggs, which is still below developing country standards, far below. A developed country is eating 6 and 7 eggs per person per week.
He says the industry has managed to grow between 15 to 20% per year over the last 4 years, mainly due to increased demand in tourism. But he notes that the industry's full potential is still not being realized, partly because of misconceptions that the product may have health implications.
It's a very sad situation when you realize that some myths out there are causing our people not to eat eggs sufficiently.
At the same time, Mr. Baker is blaming the wide variety of egg substitutes on the market for the lower than expected consumption. He's urging the government to consider increasing import duties on those items.
There are other areas that we have recommended that the government should try and get those revenue and looking at egg substitutes that are being imported. And there's a number of them.
Andrew Laidley, TVJ News.
And we go down to currency trading. Today ended with the US dollar selling for $137.76. The Canadian dollar closed at $104.81. The sterling is now selling for $170.98, while the euro closed the day at $151.08. On the stock market, the JSE index lost 3,932 points today, while the junior market index gained 41 points. Among the winners were Pulse Investments, MPC Caribbean Clean Energy, Lasco Distributors, Siboney Group, and Lasco Manufacturing. Among the losers, JMMB Group 7.5% shares, Consolidated Bakeries, Jamaican Teas, Epley, and CAC 2000. That's the Business Day. I'm Herman Green. Good evening.